Hey, I saw your video. I was pretty much tempted to respond. I got to agree with you 100%. I don't see any reason why Bob Stoops would think about leaving Oklahoma for Notre Dame. The academic standards at Notre Dame are too high, and that's not a shot at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a fine four-year institution. It's not Notre Dame. And it's harder to recruit at Notre Dame than I think nearly any place in the country. You can say, oh, well, USC has tougher academic standards or close to the same academic standards, but they're in Los Angeles, California. How hard is that to sell? Try selling South Bend, Indiana. Uh, Bob Stoops would be smart to stay at Oklahoma. He's built a program there. He's the face of that program. It's kind of like saying, would Mac Brown leave Texas to go to Notre Dame? Would Joe Paterno leave for Notre Dame? Bobby Bowden, Jim Tressel. I mean, all of these names. Would they leave for Notre Dame? No, they're the faces of their programs. Uh, the only name that might be a toss-up is Urban Meyer, and he already turned him down once, although it was his dream job, as you mentioned, for Florida the first time. So even if he wins another national title at Florida, I think he would stay at Florida. Uh, Notre Dame, your time of hiring head coaches that are just absolutely top of the ladder prime coaches is done. And you're not going to be able to afford another one after buying out Charlie Weiss if you do. Notre Dame Notre Dame needs a leader, really. A head coach with a lot of fire in the gut. They don't need an X's and O guy. They don't need Charlie Weiss. They don't need, as we're learning here in College Station, they don't need a Mike Sherman. Notre Dame needs a guy that will fire them up, get them through the tunnels, and get them winning. And they need a guy who understands how to recruit to those tough academic standards. That's why the perfect fit for Notre Dame is Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh has done a fantastic job at Stanford, and you can't say he hasn't. And this isn't just you to you, Anakuno. This is you to anybody. He's done a great job at Stanford, shown up or epitomized by the absolute shellacking they gave USC. It was a beating. Notre Dame needs that kind of leader, a guy who can tell them, you have the talent to do this. The rest of it's on you. And really, Jim Harbaugh would be the perfect guy for Notre Dame. He is an up north guy. I think he went to Michigan. Almost 100% he did. So he's an up north guy. Maybe the rivalry thing wouldn't work with Notre Dame, but he's up north. He knows what it takes to win up there. He's played in the power football style before. He knows enough about the West Coast with Stanford. He's a knowledgeable coach. He's got the fire. He's recruited the big schools. If Notre Dame hires anyone other than Jim Harbaugh, man, I don't see how they could hire anyone else. And another good thing about Jim Harbaugh is he doesn't have the same name tag or price tag that a Bob Stoops would, a Mac Brown would, because he doesn't have the same national notoriety yet. He's close, but he doesn't have Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops notoriety. You can't sell Jim Harbaugh to a five-star prospect in New York. You can sell Bob Stoops, but Jim Harbaugh is getting there. Jim Harbaugh is a good young coach, be a perfect fit for Notre Dame. But yeah, as it pertains to Bob Stoops, no, he's staying in Oklahoma. I mean, there is no job, maybe other than Florida if Urban Meyer leaves, but even I think that's a stretch that would get Bob Stoops out of OU. I think that's all I got. Thanks for watching my response, and yeah, you guys are safe with Big Game Bob.